It's still the conversation with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and we still have a number of questions to go. Let me take you up on this issue, Honorable Minister. I'd like to go back to a question which I had previously asked, which I haven't quite gotten an answer to. I wish I could call them any other name, but they are young women. That's who they are. I know you said we shouldn't bring sentiment into it, but that's who they are. And I know that they'll be watching this conversation with you to see how they can get an answer that they can work with. You have said that they need to follow the law, they need to follow due process. In this instance, they are saying that they are also saying that the land has not just been taken, it has been reallocated to somebody else. The name of the people, they say, is Abuja City Works. And I do know that on this chart, you have said that, yes, you're going to engage Abuja City Works. They're supposed to do something like what the Dubai City Work was doing. So was it supposed to be within a master plan that was going to affect some other people who were already along the line of what the Abuja City Work was supposed to do? And if that is the case, maybe there's supposed to be a general plan. Has there been a conversation with the smaller business owners to look at the impact on their own businesses, what is currently on the ground, and what can be done to actually recompensate the efforts that these people have actually put into their businesses?
Well, I've said severally that sometimes all you hear is when you go to the media. I watched that program, and I watched what were kind of placards and this and that. You see, when you have a problem and you bring to our attention, we'll normally look at it and see whether what you're saying is correct or not. I don't know about being reallocated to Abuja City Work or not. I've not seen that. You're just saying it now. Excuse me. So I like to look at issues, not necessarily media, blackmail. There was nothing I didn't see that the money were carrying about me. And sometimes I just laugh. If you have a particular problem and you bring it to the attention of government will always look at it dispassionately. But not just on media. I was saying there's no name that they did not call. Just bring the application and bring the complaints and we'll look at it. Sometimes some of this is from down the road corridor. Sometimes government may have reallocated that if you did not reapply. These are issues. So it's not a question of sentiment.
Honorable Minister, you're hard to see, you know. You know, a lot of people would
it's
like
not
to...
about seeing me.
Yes,
it's about, look.
How do they get their complaints addressed?
I mean, this is very funny. I mean, this is very funny.
I'm just a little curious.
If you apply to the office, you mean I don't treat my mails, I don't treat issues.
So they should write a mail.
Honorable Minister, Abuja will be 50 under your administration. Next year, February 6th, Abuja will be 50 years. What are the plans for this, especially the indigenous people of the Federal Capital Territory? How is Nigeria planning to ensure that this capital city that has been built for 50 years lives up to the aspiration of General Murtala Mohammed, General Gowon, and others who thought it fit, including Babangida, that we should have a new capital city?
What are we doing now? You are talking about Abuja will be 50 years. We like ceremonies and ceremonies and ceremonies. We are talking about problems of Abuja. How do we solve the problems of the city? And part of what we're doing is by making sure that we change the narrative to Abuja to be the city is supposed to be. Look at the road networks that they were doing. Look at the development that they were carrying out. These are the dreams of our founding fathers. Sometimes what we are working towards is not a question necessarily 50 years. After 50 years, what happens? So that's what I would say.
Let me take you to the spate of spike in insecurity. When you talk about crime rates in the FCT.
What is the spike?
I don't understand. I think there has been a kind of increase.
What is your statistics?
News reports that we hear, cases that we hear here and there,
including
and
the
there are
death
some
of
areas
an
that
news
no-go area.
correspondent not quite long ago, and then a medical doctor being killed in Kubwa.
I have always said this. Why is it that we do not appreciate our security agencies when they are used to work? Why is it that when one particular incident happens, it becomes a spike. Now, if you look at the statistics of the crimes in the city, are you telling me seriously that the rate of crime has not come down now in Abuja? Let us not be too emotional. Take, for example, you said that arrest somebody, which nobody's happy about that. But that, I don't believe because it is arrest. I don't believe because it is channeled. It's our responsibility. It doesn't matter who, to protect life, to protect property and life, not who is involved. All this you are saying now because a colleague of yours is involved. And that means it's a spike. But if another person dies, you won't bother about it. You should give us that, to say that, look, security agencies have done well. The rate of crime in Abuja has drastically reduced. That does not mean that you cannot see any crime being committed. All over the world, every day you wake up, crime is being committed here and there. But that does not mean that security agencies are not tackling it. So when you talk about the spike, what is your statistics? Just because a colleague of yours, something happened yesterday, that means there's a spike.
Yeah, but
so you have no statistics.
Let us talk about statistics. Is there any way in which the FCT really measures the progress in the areas where it is tackling? For instance,
the areas where what?
It is tackling. For instance, security, health, education. For looking at maybe, for instance, children who are not going to school, how children are performing. Is the FCT considering also measuring the effort that it is making and the effect that it's really having? So that when issues like this come up, when there's talk of a spike, you can actually counter with facts and figures.
Look at how you think about statistics. Take for example, at the end of every year, take for example, in terms of security now, we know incidents that are taking place. We know attacks that took place. So we'll be able to say, look, from January to December, for example, we had incident of kidnapping, 20 incidents, for example. We have armed robbery attacks, say 10. We have assassination, say 5. Right? And then you compare, as of 2024, what we had about kidnapping was 3, for example. Now you can now say, oh, in terms of kidnapping, the number increased in 2025 as against 2024. That's why you talk about statistics.
Indeed.
So it's not a question of if something happened yesterday, then because of that incident, you realize, oh, that's a spike. Meanwhile, in the past 4 or 5 months, you've not heard of anything. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Because we understand that you need to change to your schedule. You have an emergency meeting that you ought to be attending in another 30 minutes. So maybe we'll be ending much earlier than scheduled. So we have just about 30
Why?
minutes. So
Our program has only been 2 hours.
We still have about
No, this is after 11.
Okay, and that means
This is 11. No, it's an executive council meeting by 12.
Okay, all right. So let's
That emergency meeting.
Before we get to politics, we should be discussing politics. But just before we get to politics, just one more question on Abuja issues. I'm asking this question because I understand that you have been there. I had the misfortune of being on that road on a rainy day. It's a road in Kubwa called Arab Road.
Kubwa?
Yes, Arab Road in Kubwa. And I understand you've been there and you expressed displeasure about how those who were doing quarry work on that spoiled that very massive road and all of that. What is the plan going forward to address the problem of that road? Because it's a very major road.
Why? No, I don't agree with you. Every road is major. It's not because there's a quarry, therefore it becomes a major road. Every road that's being used by citizens should be attended to. I don't like a situation where, because you have an interest in a particular, no, not you. Maybe you may have a friend who has an interest, and then you make that road to be so special. No, Anyway, we have discussed with that with the company called Brasit. So we have discussed with it and we told them that, look, you are operating here. And so you have also to make some contributions. And we have agreed. It's a road that in the next few weeks will be awarded. Okay. I hope you're happy now. So you will tell your friend that that road will be awarded.
It's not my friend. I said I had a misfortune of being on that road. You should have asked me what I was doing there.
I will ask you.
Matter finished. Politics, guys.
Honorable Minister, as a PDP man, you were quoted in one of your most recent outings saying there will be a political tsunami soon. It is Tinubu all the way. I believe Nigerians deserve to know what that statement meant, really.
No, I didn't say that it's Tinubu all the way,
a political tsunami. These were your words, Minister.
Well, tsunami has been happening. Don't you see people leaving their parties and that's tsunami?
But I believe Nigerians would really want to know in depthly if this tsunami is in favor of the APC and, of course, the Tinubu-led administration, like you have always asserted that you will support come 2027.
I don't know about whether the political tsunami will favor of APC. All I know that there will be political tsunami. So
but you lamented then that you are not happy about what is happening to your party.
I've always said
the gains of the APC is the loss of your party.
I've always said from day one. So the issue is not about lamented. From day one, I've said that with what is going on, if it continues to go on, that PDP will continue to lose. I have said it severally. And that if things are not done properly, we will regret it. And that's what happened today.
Let's just the governors of Enugu State and Bayelsa State who had left the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress alongside two other senators. How did this news come about to you, particularly as a PDP man?
How will it come about to me? Well, have I not said that so many governors will leave? Is it the first time you have had me say so? It's very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. The governor was the chairman of the convention committee. It is very embarrassing.
All right.
Let me finish. Diddy was the chairman of the zoning committee. Even though I knew from beginning that they are all playing games. I knew it from beginning. I said it before. I said it. So there's nothing I said that has not come to pass. Tell me one.
A lot of people say you are still bitter about losing out to the former vice president in that primary of the People's Democratic Party. Since that time that you vowed to pull the house down.
Which house?
The People's Democratic Party.
The house that has died since.
All right.
That you are the main person dividing the party.
Well, I don't know about dividing the party. Let me tell you. I have said before, when you do the right thing, you get the right result.
What do you want?
What
the People's Democratic Party.
What I want, the right thing should be done.
How?
And what's the right thing?
Okay, take for example, you talk about the right thing. Remember, I told them that, look, when the issue of secretary started here, I said, what you are doing is wrong. Follow due process. They said they are governors, they would decide. I said, no, it's not done that way. You saw what happened at the end of the day. The matter go to Supreme Court. Even when Supreme Court decided, it was still a problem. I said, this will kill the party. Allow it till when the convention is almost there. No opposition party carries on impunity in this way. The opposition party is to put themselves together to take over power from the ruling party. But in this case, you appear not to be interested. All you're interested is, look, we are governors, anything we start to do, whether it will help you or not, is immaterial. It's immaterial. And I was a governor, and I told people. And when you say, oh, when you were a governor, we're not doing that. Okay. Assuming do not concede. If I did it yesterday and it favored me, it does not mean that if you do it today, it will favor you. Circumstances change. And therefore, you must be very careful. What is happening to PDP is just self-inflicted. For nothing.
All right, your former colleague Kabiru Turaki has been endorsed by some Northwest leaders, including former acting chairman Ahmed Makarfi, who was also a former governor, and all of that. But then, just last night, we heard Umar Bature, National Organizing Secretary, and some other stakeholders too from the same Northwest coming to say that they're against that. And some feelers are saying that maybe you are linked to this Umar Bature-led group, and that the major thing here is that you don't want the National Convention to hold because of the Samuel Anyanwu factor, who he claims that his signature was allegedly forged to send to INEC. What's your view on all of this?
Is it, tell me, if it happens in the West, it is me. If it happens in the North, it is me.
Because you're a powerful
when
minister.
you take the wrong step, you will achieve nothing. I have told you before, the problem we have because we are governors. And I've said this. You go and take a decision, and then you sideline certain people. What do you expect to have? You have a faction. Is that not embarrassing? I don't want to even talk about that. What is the National Convention? What are you National Convention for? Why are you not following due process in the National Convention? I have said it and I continue to say it. The moment you think that you can sideline certain people and nothing will happen, you cause a major crisis in the party.
What are you doing to rescue the party?
We were governors before. It has never happened. Let me just tell you this. When Buhari was in power, there was nothing the government then did not do for PDP to scatter. There was nothing. In fact, Modu Sharif was being used to scatter PDP then. We stood firm and made sure the party was strong. You can see clearly. Now, there's not even any attempt by any government to try to put your party that you are the one on your own destroying your party.
The party says no. They claim the APC has a hand in all of this.
Listen. I said we were governors. Who claimed? Who is pursuing who? I had a major threat as a governor. That alone would have made me to say, okay, let me better go and join to save my head. It's not correct. Yes. I never.
How was it? I was just what I wanted to.
There was no governor that was fought the way the government fought me at that time.
Yeah, but you just mentioned a major threat.
No, I said then. Yeah. The point I'm making now is that every day you say APC, every day say, why do we have to allow a one-party state? Are you telling me that, take for example, this is a ruling party and you are the opposition party. It is the duty of the ruling party to beg you to put your house in order so that we won't have a one-party state. Who does that?
Well, they said that's why they brought you into government. A one-man government of national unity. Yourself and Ashwaju doing a one-man government of national unity. The PDP didn't sanction officially you're coming into this government of national unity.
It's not correct.
With the APC.
It's not correct.
But you said, yes, that you are claimed that you got permission to get into this government. But the PDP just seems to be going down. And people say, with the role Rivers State has played, people like you over the years, are you not worried, sir? What more can you do? Just like you brought peace to River State, how can you bring peace to PDP, sir?
I have told you severally. You have asked me this question severally. Let us do the right thing. Let us do the right thing. You are the one now who said here that some people adopted Turaki. And then some people came out and said no. Why? They said, we are not even consulted. Okay, take for example, as the national organizing secretary of a party from a zone, will not be a party to adopting somebody as a consensus candidate. As former governorship candidates from a zone, you hold such crucial meeting without letting them know, simply because they are not governors. So when you make a fundamental mistake by arrogating powers to yourself, of course you suffer the fate.
But let's look at the status quo as it is now. The last footprint of your party in the Southeast just went away, just now. There's no other footprint in terms of, governorship, cadre in the entire Southeast. Now we're talking about whether there will be a convention, there are court cases and all that. As somebody who's played a major role in making this party stand, would you now be content to fold your arms and say, I told you so, as against perhaps being proactive to make sure that you fight these fires?
Why do we say folding my arms and being proactive? So all this while I've been saying anything, you don't consider it. Have I not said before now that the boo-boo trap you are setting will consume you? Have I not told you before now? The way these present governors are doing, they will bury this party. Have I not said before now that as opposition, we don't need to act with impunity? Look, I'm an FCT minister, for Christ's sake. Forget about whatever you think. Are you telling me, as it is today, because I'm not a governor, you go and hold PDP meeting, you call them stakeholders, and then you exclude me, and then you want to survive? No, okay, assuming I'm not even the FCT minister, by the role I have played in PDP till now, simply because I'm not a governor, I cannot be consulted in taking decision of the party? Certainly not. Certainly not. So when you see, let me tell you, and I have told them, and just mark it. All this way you are calling APC, calling this and that, it's barbarous, rubbish. Rubbish. Is it the APC that's making you to take the wrong decision? Is it the APC that's making you to take the wrong decision? What is there? You mean me, I will sit, and then 2-3 people say because they are governors, they are getting so much allocation. Then you go and decide, and then you tell me, follow. Follow who?
Isn't that the template that the PDP had always been using?
No.
It has always been the governor.
That is why I say you make mistake. And when you make this mistake, okay, take for example, okay, assuming it is correct, it favored me yesterday. Does it necessarily follow that if you do the same thing, it will favor you? You don't do that. Therefore, also say this. Also say this. When we are governors, why was it that no governor left? Is it that we didn't have problems? We fought to be chairman of the party. It got to Supreme Court. You know that. Why is it that people didn't leave?
Well, the party in power. So
No, it's not correct. We were not in power then. We were not in power. APC was in power. Under Buhari, yes. APC was in power. We were not in power. But the point remains, why is it that people didn't leave? You have to show leadership. You have to take responsibility. You have to show commitment. There's no commitment by coming out on the pages of newspapers and television houses.
And all of this.
It has never happened. It has never happened. Now look at it. Look at the crop of leadership you have within the governors forum. It's not abusing Wike is the matter. No. You have abused Wike severally. What is the result today? You have called a Wike names. What is the result today? What is the result today?
Honorable Minister, they say all of this have been, targeted at making sure that the elective convention doesn't hold, and eventually PDP doesn't end up presenting a presidential candidate in the 2027 election.
Every day, yes. That's the one convention. What are you doing that they don't want the convention to hold? If you do the right thing, would anybody challenge the convention? If you do the right thing, look, you see, people think they are too smart. You have not done your congresses of those who will participate in that convention. All you're interested to say, let's go and do convention. You want to deny so many states of participating in the convention. I will say, look, you cannot do that. You say, in Anambra, there is no executive committee. In Ebonyi, there is not. Southeast, there is not.
So is it safe to conclude that you really do not want the convention to hold?
That's what you are concluding. What I'm saying is that do the right thing so we can come out with a good convention.
And if the convention doesn't hold, will you be happy that a former governing party in Nigeria doesn't have national officers and it doesn't have a presidential candidate in the 2027 election?
Oh, you are telling me if I will be happy if they don't hold.
That's what they are claiming.
That
you will be happy.
Okay. Will I be happy if you go and do a wrong thing? Will I be happy? Will I be happy you deny people the opportunity to participate in the convention? Will you be happy I sit down, you go to Lagos or somewhere and say you have zone secretary or something to yourself? The only way I will be happy is do all the wrong thing. Then go and have what you may call convention. And then the result you have in mind, you produce it. Minister, that's the only way I will be happy. Eh?
Minister, these waves of defections do not seem to be ending anytime soon. And there is one question that has been lingering over and over again that might even seem like a taboo question, but I will ask it. Is Nyesom Wike going to leave the PDP anytime soon?
You've asked it. If you don't have any other question to ask, you just...
Minister, are you still in the PDP? Are you still part and parcel of... Because people have said that you are one leg in, one leg out.
Calm down. You are the one who said by party PDP. Why are you changing again? You stated here first, your party PDP.
Yes.
Then you are not telling me, am I still in PDP?
Okay,
you have answered the question.
Okay. Honorable Minister.
Maybe we should ask pointedly, and Honorable Minister, please look at the cameras when you ask. When will you formally join the APC?
Have I ever had a meeting with you that I want to join the APC?
But your colleagues, your people, your proteges, almost everybody lives
in the APC. Mention one in Senate. Mention National Assembly. Mention House of Assembly who have left in Rivers.
Well, there are plans to.
They have probably left because you are still in the PDP.
You cannot answer, but look at those who have left.
But they are loyal to you,
I was thinking by now, you would have told Diddy that the assembly should vacate their seat.
But Diri is partyless now. He's not in APC. Neither is in a PDP.
What that is still the same thing.
Okay, if we assume that, okay, you don't want to answer that this particular question.
Which question?
You know, are you going to defend? But let's ask another one, and that is, if that convention for next month holds, would you attend?
If it holds, if a proper convention is to be held, why won't I go? But I won't go to a convention I know there are a lot of illegalities. How do you expect me to attend a convention that I know by law you could have no convention?
I want to work with Governor Sheyi in bringing peace and making sure that that convention come into fruition.
Is Sheyi Makinde the problem?
He has been the one galvanizing support for the People's Democratic Party.
He has been the one galvanizing support.
Yes, at the forefront.
In which state has he galvanized support? That we are losing governors every day.
Honorable Minister, your former boss, Goodluck Jonathan, is set to actually, I need to really ask this question. Okay. Your former boss, former President Goodluck Jonathan, is said to have an interest in contesting the 2027 election, and part of the plans is what has seen someone like Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, your former colleague in the Federal Executive Council, being brought in as PDP National Chairman ahead of these plans. What would a Jonathan ticket look like in the PDP?
You're the one telling me here. Jonathan has never told me. He has never called me one day that, look, I'm being pressured to run. What they are thinking. If he calls me and asks me, I'll be able to tell him my mind, what I feel. So I will not, because people put something on the pages of newspaper, just like he said they flew me out of the country. Then I now assume it's correct.
Yes, social media.
2, I don't know about Tanimu Turaki becoming chairman.
Well,
I don't know about that. Maybe he's becoming chairman for another faction. It's not PDP, I know.
Honorable Minister, if I may deviate a bit from politics, in recent, there's a case that's current. Yeah, it's 11:24.
Yes, I said we are not.
Oh, we are.
Yes.
Oh well. Just quickly, a case currently ongoing. Nnamdi Kanu's case in court. There was a protest on Monday, but he was set to open his defense yesterday, and you were listed as one of his witnesses.
Compelling witness.
Alongside a number of other notable Nigerians, so former Attorney General, some governors, former governors as well, and another minister, Dave Umahi, was listed as well. I do not know if you're aware of this and why it is that you have been listed as one of the witnesses in this case.
And if
If you see Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did he list me? I did not go to say I want to be a witness. You are the one saying that. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list Wike as one of your witnesses?
Have you not seen it?
I'm coming. I don't list. See, you don't become a witness by reading newspaper. Nobody has served me any process. Nobody has subpoenaed me. So because I saw Wike's listed, therefore, I'm going to run helter skelter. No, you don't do that. If I am served, if I'm subpoenaed to come and give witness or to give evidence, I must obey the court. I must appear. But not on pages of newspapers. Nobody does that.
Excellency,
and so as to why I should be listed,
because of the Kanu,
he who chooses me there, you should ask him the question. But if I am invited, if I'm supposed to come, go home and sleep. I will be there.
Just a moment, though. Are you a little curious as to, I don't know whether why you've been listed, and then 2, this question of a political solution to this matter. Is it something you've also considered as well? I know it's not within your purview.
When you talk about curiosity, what's my business there? They know, they have the reasons, they know why. So I will not begin to, speculate. I don't.
All right.
As for political solution, I don't want to comment on that.
all right. Okay.
I don't want to comment on that.
You're the like the governor of the city, a whole lot of Abuja residents, your own residents, were unhappy with the way the city was disrupted on Monday. Many people couldn't go to work because of all of this. As someone who's in charge of the city, sir, what do you do to relate with the security agencies and others to assure residents that their businesses, their houses will not be... How can you, make them feel more comfortable?
I don't see what was disrupted. The security agencies have to provide security to make sure that nothing happened, nothing was disrupted. So when you say everywhere was disrupted, somebody was trying to threaten the security of the place. And security agencies said, no, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And I assured the resident that go about your businesses, nothing will happen. Yes, within some time, yes, because of security, some people were not able to carry that. But that does not mean that the entire city was no, it's not correct.
Minister, this
it's not correct.
This should not take too time because we're leaving now. Did you try to influence the choice of an INEC national chairman?
To influence
the choice? Because there were insinuations
Justice
that
Liman
you
retired.
even reached out to some members of the Council of State not to attend the last Council of State because the person that had been nominated by the president was not the person who...
Why do you people always read Sahara reporters? So why do you say that? You sit down and you even if you don't have anything to do, why do you listen to some? Is there anything Sahara reporters have of what is the basis? And look at the story. How could it be? How could it be?
You were supposed to be at that Council of State meeting and you were not there.
No,
and it was speculated that you were angry with the president.
Angry with who?
With Mr. President.
For
that was why you asked the Minister of State to go and...
Anyway. Let me just... some people, no, don't just answer.
Some people can go.
No, you must go. So I'm going to just answer. The point I'm making, first of all, I told Mr. President I took permission because already there was engagement. So I told my Minister of State, you have to. It's not about person. It's office. If my Minister of State attended, I have attended. Because if I'm there, she will not be there. It's like in NAC meeting on Thursday yesterday, I was not there. I tried to go and represent because I had to give a lecture at ECOWAS. I don't understand people. Now you said I influenced former heads of state. Is that a joke or what? And then sometimes, like I said, you don't need to bother yourself about some of these junk. But you were told that they have banned me from having the media chat. So it's totally rubbish. Totally rubbish. Right. And let us not continue to give these people the opportunity to write whatever they want to. There are some stories you read. You don't even need to call the person, did this thing happen? Because it's complete rubbish.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for allowing us to have this. We really appreciate that because we are also conscious of some other official duties. Fisayo?
Thanks for this opportunity. Hopefully, of course, we'll come again to speak to you as the projects continue to move on.
Honorable Minister, thank you so much. And I want to end by saying that the FCT administration needs a new policy for Abuja's indigenous people, sir.
You just have to bring that here. Yes.
Honorable Minister, we continue to thank you for opening your doors to engagements with journalists. We also hope that you will find ways to engage with the public, especially when they have grievances with some of the policies of the FCT.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.